Hello everyone, it's 3 o'clock and today is a secret of success in real estate. So just want to see if everybody's out there, give everybody a few minutes to log on and see my profile and see my wall. So this is the initial first inauguration of my live feeds with Facebook. So hopefully I get some followers on here. So if you're watching this, great. All right, we have one joined so far. All right, well, great. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm going to give a few minutes to everybody to log in and see this. So, okay, great. I got to see some responses there. I like it. All right, the floaty things across the screen, it might get to me for a while, so I might, all right, I see Vince, great, thank you. And these are just for friends, so you have to be a friend with me on my Facebook to see this, or didn't want to open it up to the public yet. So this is exclusive for friends, realtors, they're friends with me on Facebook, so. Great. All right, well, I'm going to get started just so we don't take too much of your time. This won't be too long because I just wanted to start my first Facebook Live event with just some basics, and then every week I'm going to try to add to it because there's training programs that could go on for weeks and years on real estate, and I want to build something, which I already have for our agents here at Century 21 HomeStar, but I want to condense this into a live version of Facebook where someone's not watching the Facebook Live for an hour and a half, every week. So I want to condense it into really, the meat and potatoes of what it takes to be successful in real estate. So first, I want to start off by giving you a little bit background about myself, for the people that are watching today that don't know me personally and don't know the history of how I became involved in real estate and why I feel that I have so much to give and to show agents and what can be done to be successful in real estate. So how I started in real estate was back 25 years ago in 1992, 25 years ago already. I was finished with college, deciding what to do with my life. And at that time, I was talking to my parents, and they said, hey, we have a friend that's in real estate, and they're doing well. Why don't you think about going into real estate? I said, well, hey, summer after college, I'll give it a try. So looked up Hondros College. It's still going strong now. And in 3 weeks, got my license and was in real estate. And just like that, new career in real estate. So that's what started my career at 22 years old, so you can do the math, and getting into real estate. So within 5 years after that, I decided to start my own office. So 5 years, I was with 3 different real estate companies, took 3 different complete training programs at that time in the mid-90s with 3 different real estate offices. So went through training, several different training companies within the first 5 years of being in real estate, and countless numbers of training programs and conferences, Ohio Association of Realtor conferences, the office conferences, and the franchise conferences. I've taken so many real estate courses that today, when I started my office in 1998, and from 1998 till today, we've grown up to over 300 agents, but I've seen hundreds and hundreds of agents in and out of our office and in and out of the real estate business, and I feel that I've taken in a lot as a broker and owner, and have learned more about when I was an agent. I learned what I was doing right or wrong, but since 1998 and having an office, I've learned so much more in watching hundreds and hundreds of agents do many, many different things and what seems to be work the most often. So that's my background. in real estate, 25 years in real estate, and hundreds of agents and many classes. And today is the start of some of those things that I'm going to share with you, and some of the things that I feel makes that a good, successful real estate. So that is my disclaimer. My disclaimers: these are my opinions, these are my history, my thoughts, personal thoughts, and how I feel you should concentrate on how to be a successful real estate agent. So now you're going to talk to many different agents that have different thoughts and different brokers. They're all great people. Whatever makes you successful, that's great. Everybody has tips and ideas. That's great. So these are mine. And hopefully you got a pen and pencil. But of course, you could always send me a message. I'm happy to talk to anybody. So if you watch this today and you see something that you like and you want to talk to me more in depth about it, I'd love to talk about real estate. So if you talk to my family and friends, I'll sit there in a corner quiet for about an hour, but you bring up real estate, I'll talk your ear off. So if you want to talk real estate, I'm always open for that. Okay, so you got your pens, you got your pencils, you're ready for some things. Good. So number one, two things I want to talk about today is one is the new way of doing real estate. So again, 25 years in real estate, there's a lot of things that have been changing in real estate. So I'm going to tackle a few things that have changed. And two, what successful agents are doing today, or majority of successful agents are doing today to be successful. So number one, new way of doing business in real estate. Buyers are well more informed today than they were 25 years ago. 25 years ago, they had to come to a local real estate office to see what was on the market. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have all the ways for buyers to connect with from their home or even over the phone. They had to come to an office to sit through books and look for what houses were available. They had to go to houses. We as agents were in control of the information. So today, things that buyers are well more informed and are more connected with finding out what's on the market out there. So 90% or more of buyers find their properties online. And for many years as realtors, we were worried, oh my God, our information's out there. What are we going to do? How are we going to become valuable? How are we going to show value to our clients if they could just go out there and find what's information that's out there on the internet? But that also is a good thing. 92% of realtors, our clients find the realtors by a direct referral or someone that's referring them. So that is the good part that has not changed, that we've seen over 25 years. The technology change of ways information is shared with listings, with people able to take virtual tours to go see what's on the market, and an instant notice today, at an instant, as soon as the house comes on the market, every buyer that's even interested in it could get a notification by their email, through their website, or through a mobile app of when that house comes on the market. When years ago, it was up to us realtors that we were in control of that. We could tell them, we were in control of telling our clients when something came on the market. We thought that was our value. So I feel that our value has changed, which makes it easier and harder for us. Now, a lot of agents have come to me and like, oh my gosh, I've had a buyer that have come to me and told me, hey, I found this house and I don't know what to tell them because I haven't seen it yet. That's okay. That's okay. I've seen many agents get worried that they have to be on top of what's going on. Now, you should be on top of it, but if your buyer calls you before you have a chance to, because you're busy working and they got a notification on their email because they're in a program that notifies them right away when the property's on the market, great. Let me show you the value that I have and why I'm going to show you that house and what I'm going to do for you and what I'm going to do to help you buy that house and show you through the process and look out for your best interests. So yes, the market has changed, but still the value of a realtor is still the same in regards to how we interact with those people and how we help them with the process. And I'm going to go through that more in detail today. So again, these buyers are also a little bit more artificially empowered. They have everything at their with a simple typing on their keyboard or on their phone. They're searching information, and a lot of that is bad information, as we know as agents. They get on these websites, or they see an article, or they see this, or they see that, and they think that is the gospel of what buying or selling a house. So we, as agents, have to help them sift through that information. So it's okay for your buyers to be informed. For them they're going to go on several different websites. They're going to find articles. Don't worry about it. As part of a good agent is to help them, calm them down, keep them straight, tell them what you feel is important, what's not important, and organize all of that. So that's okay. Technology has changed. The market has changed with that, but what an agent does, and to be successful, you can't blame technology on being successful or non-successful in real estate. So that's a little bit basics on how I feel about how the market has changed a little bit with the buyers. I mean, I could go on for days on that, but I want to get to the really important stuff of what it is that clients want from you and what it is to be a successful agent. So today I feel there are 5 things that clients, customers want from an agent to be successful in real estate. Number 1, they have to know you. Know you as in they have to know you. You have to be a direct referral from someone they know. They have to see you online. Maybe clients find you through a listing. They know something about you. They don't pick your name out of a book. Go, I'm going to go with that guy. They know something about you, and you got to find out what it was from. How did they find out about you? Was it a friend, a referral? Did they come through an open house? Did they come? They see you online. So they have to start by knowing you somehow. Then you have to show them that they can trust you. No client or customer is going to do business with you if they don't trust you and trust that you are going to do what's best in their best interest. So they want to make sure that you are looking out for their best interest, and they can trust that you're going to do that. They want to make sure you're good at what you do. Now, this is a big debate about how good you can do at your job. Now, I get this question almost on a weekly basis from an agent. It said, how many houses does a good agent sell? So, disclaimer, this is my opinion. I have seen many, many, many good agents that sell 1 house a year. And I've seen many, many, many bad agents that sell 100 houses a year. So, my opinion, you could be an agent that's happy to sell 1 house a year or 100 houses a year. As long as you do what's best for your clients, you're a great agent. So, a good agent looks out for their best interests, and they're good at what they do. The number of houses that you sell a year has nothing to do with how good you are. The only difference between the number of houses you sell is how much money you're going to make that year. So we know you can be a great agent on 1 house, but if you're not selling enough to make the money you want to make, then no. Then you have to define what success is for you. Making happy clients or making a certain dollar amount. Also, the first 4 things are, do they know you? Do they trust you? Are you going to look out for their best interest? Are you good at what you do? And last, are you going to make me a top priority? Now, that's the hardest thing. The hardest thing is balancing your business and making sure your clients all feel like they are the priority. So many times I've seen it in other service industries. I mean, have you gone to, and someone, have you walked into your dentist's office, and they're sitting there talking to you about what you need to be done, and then take a call right in the middle of while they're working with you? No, there's certain skills and things that you have to do to make sure you balance your business. You organize it in a way so every single client feels like they're your top priority at that time, because they know you have other business, your other clients, but they want to be felt like they're the priority at that time, and you're going to do all of those things. So again, do they know you? Can they trust you? Are you going to look out for their best interest? Are you good at what you do? and are you going to make them a top priority? So those are the top 5 things that I feel that clients are looking for, and if you have all of that, you'll have a good client. So there are 5 things also that make a successful realtor and being successful in real estate. So I'm going to give you these 5 things, and I'm going to go over in the basics of what each one means. So 1, you've got to market and promote yourself constantly. 2, you got to give your clients something of value all of the time. You have to show your value of what you're doing for them, not what they could get online or do on their own. 3, you got to be skilled in communication and negotiating with your clients and with other agents. So I'm going to go more in detail about that and the other agents. A lot of agents forget about that. Always learning and training about your business in the market. Always being on top of being what the technology and things going on in the real estate business, and also what's going on in your local market. 5, following up with past clients and asking for referrals. So those are the 5 things. So the first thing, market and promote yourself constantly. Basically, if you don't constantly promote yourself and market yourself, now this doesn't mean you have to place an ad in the paper, you got to send out multiple flyers or postcards or things like that. Promotion can be free or doesn't cost anything, just your time. And I feel that's the most important, the things that are free, like picking up the phone, sending text messages, constantly reminding people that you are in the business, family and friends. Now, every one of the agents on this, watching this video right now, probably has a story, and it's happened to me many, many, many times, is when you go to a family function or a friend function or a party or a gathering, and you hear someone that you know just bought a house, and you're like, why did you not call me first? That's happened in 25 years. That happens to me every year. I go up to that person and go, how do you not remember that I'm in real estate and you didn't call me? So you have to constantly promote and explain to people what you do. We forget that because we think about real estate all day long, every day. We're thinking what you could do in real estate. But your people you know, your friends, your family, are not. They might at a moment's notice go, I think this week, we need a bigger house or we should downsize. Next thing you know, they're looking online. They didn't even think about it the day before, but then they look online and they go, hey, that house looks nice. Let's go see that house. And they go see the house, not even knowing that they're going to buy a house or 100%. And then they're right there. They're starting their process of buying a house. But you might have saw them a few weeks before that or talked to them, but didn't remind them you're in real estate. So you got to constantly be promoting. And you could do that email, text, easy when you send out your emails to people. Make sure your email has something about real estate in the name. So that's even happened to me over the years. I make sure I'm involved in my kids' school or coaching or being anything that gets me involved with people, and I make sure I have, in my case, my Century 21 email address, so people go, wow, you're in real estate. And it happens almost every couple years. I get 1 or 2 clients just because they see my email address and they know I'm in real estate. So that's subliminal marketing right by just your email address. So I could go on for hours about all the different ways to keep yourself marketing and promoting yourself, but you got to figure out what's best and easiest for you. Most is your personality and what you want to do. Of course, anybody could run down the street passing out cards, say I'm in real estate, but you got to do what's best for you. Like an example, I had an agent, one of my agents, and she might be on this and watching this video. So if Karen, if you're watching, this is a story I use on every new agent or use with any of my training. Is that I went out to meet a new agent at a restaurant, and one of my agents actually had a commission check at that time. So I said, hey, I'll meet you out there at a restaurant near you and give you the check. So I met her at a restaurant, sat down, and we were just talking. The waitress came over, And the waitress said, "Hey, Karen, who's this?" And she goes, "My broker." And the waitress says, broker for what?" She goes, "Well, I'm in real estate. This is my real estate broker, Tony." And she goes, "You're in real estate?" Me and my husband were just about to buy a new house. We were just thinking about starting to look. So right then and there, well, after the waitress left the table, I sat there with Karen. I go, "Karen, you've been coming here for years. How?" And this waitress knows you personally. She's like almost a friend of yours. How does she not know you're in real estate? So after that, I told her, okay, when she sells a house, I want a referral fee. That didn't happen, but that was an example right then and there. In an agent that's been in the business over 20 years, going to the same restaurant for many, many years. The waitress that she's friends with did not even know she was in real estate. Constantly be promotion. If you're not promoting yourself every day or reminding someone in your business, unless you're sitting home alone and not talking to anybody, everybody you should talk to, you should finish with, "Hey, remember I'm in real estate, and please refer me to your friends and family." So that's an example of keeping yourself marketing and promote constantly. You have to give your clients something of value. That was number 2. And consult them on buying and selling a property and making sure that you're showing value in what you do. Now, again, what we were talking about before with the technology, that is kind of hard when they're thinking they know more than you know about what's sold in the area, what's happening with the schools, what's happening with the market values up and down, and with these anywhere to these websites where they could go and get what they think that they know the value of their home. So you got to explain to them in the nicest way and easiest way possible of what value you can give. Like an example, when someone's buying a house, you could say, "I'm going to be watching the process every step of the way. I'm going to look out for your best interests. When we place that offer on that house, I'm going to make sure you get a fair price. My job as your buyer's agent is to make sure you get the lowest price possible that I can show them." Because the other agent, the listing agent on the other side, is doing the exact opposite. Their job is to try to get the highest price for that seller. So you have to show value in what you're going to do for them. Find out if they need help with finding out about schools and what's in the area. All of those things that we've been doing for many, many, many years, we are still doing today, but helping your clients sift through and organize everything that they're finding online and doing on their own. So sometimes it feels like you're doing a little damage control. You're like, they're telling you first what they saw, and you have to come in and explain to them, "This is what I'm going to do. This is the value I'm going to show you. I'm going to go through all of this and make this easy and seamless as possible." So 3, skilled communication and negotiating with your clients and agents. So you have to show your clients that you care, and that their transaction even keeps you up at night when they're buying and or selling. So of course, when we're negotiating with a client, what I mean by that is, especially this usually happens with sellers, and negotiating with them on how to get price reductions. That's always a hard thing. How to make sure they don't try to negotiate and lowering your commission, and showing you value, that your commission is what you earn. This is what you make a living on them, and that you are worth what you are charging and what you're doing. So negotiations with them is usually right off the front of what you're going to do. Negotiating with them throughout especially when it's a seller, negotiating process on if you have to reduce the price. We all, as agents, hope that we never have to reduce the price and it sells within the first 30 days. We're all happy with that. But sometimes you have to be skilled and be good at negotiating and showing the people why they have to reduce their price. So I could take a whole hour in training agents on the best skills on what to say to sellers, when to say that, what statistics to use, where to go find the sales online, show them what's on the market. There's so many avenues. There's no one way to do something, but you have to be skilled at it and negotiate that properly, or you can't fumble through it. So you got to show them that they trust you, that you know what you're talking about with negotiations. And most importantly, I feel, is negotiating with other agents. I think a lot of agents forget to show this in their listing presentations, explain this to buyers. Now, with listings, when I have an agent, I'm training them on listings, I explain to them is that every time, and this is, if you want to write this down for agents that have listings, and I think this is a very, very big point, is that on what I tell our agents and would tell our sellers, that every time I get a showing on your property, I get an instant text message or email about that someone's about to show the property. Most agents just leave it at that and wait to hear. Now, chances are, especially if it's a listing that's on a street that has 5 other houses for sale or in the area, that's not the only house those buyers are coming to see. So, what I always train agents to do is to text, call, email, or all 3, the showing agent going, hey, showing agent, thank you very much for showing my property tomorrow night. Please remember, this is my phone number. You can call me anytime, before, after, during the showing. If you need anything, call me. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have about the property while you're there. So how many agents, when you're showing a property, questions come up. Now imagine that listing agent tells you, hey, call me if you have a question. And how fast would that be? So while they're showing the house, they could pick up the phone and go, hey, Tony, what's this, what's that, my buyers have questions of this. So right then, if you use that in a listing presentation, you're explaining to your sellers that every single showing, I'm opening the lines of communication with a buyer's agent and letting them know how easy it is to get a hold of me. Now, if this is on a street that has 10 houses for sale, they're all 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath bungalows, you better be on point as a listing agent to open the lines of communication, because if that buyer's agent, if that buyer goes, I like 3 of these 10 houses, I don't know which one to pick, that buyer's agent might think, that agent called me, very easy to deal with, very nice, I want to deal with that agent. And I've seen it happen in 25 years. I've seen sales happen just because the 2 agents enjoyed doing business with each other. Not that to say that a buyer said, I'm going to go with whatever house you recommend, but we know that when 2 agents enjoy doing business with the other, it makes it all easier and opens the line of communication. And you can show that when it's your listing, or on a listing appointment, you show that to your seller, that I open the lines of communication. I work well with other agents. Now, all the agents that are watching this right now, we know agents, we all have a small list, maybe in the back of our mind or on a pad somewhere, of all the list of agents we don't want to deal with. So we have that. So if any agents that are brand new in the business, I know some agents that are brand new in the business right here, I hate to tell you that someday you're going to come across agents that you just don't get along with for some reason, or can't get a hold of. In this day and age, how someone doesn't pick up the phone or text back or email back, I don't know. But how nice would it be if every single agent we just connected with, we know we're easy to get along with, we know they're easy to communicate with and get a hold of, and make the deals go smoother. Now, that I think is such value to a buyer or seller, knowing that you are going to communicate with the other side instantly and be open and be helpful to them, not just your client. I'm going to be helpful to any other agent or buyers, or on the other side, sellers that need to get a hold of me, and when we have a transaction, it's going to go smoothly. So that's a big part, and I rarely hear agents talk about in their listing presentations or talking with their buyers on what they do with the other agents and how well they work with other agents. So next is always learn and train and be up to date in your market. So when I have agents that say, I want to be full-time in real estate, I want to do this full-time, and but my buyers and sellers are at night. That's when, what do I do during the day? If I can't get a hold of people, I'm not talking to people, there's any which way, you're not prospecting and communicating with people, what can I do? Research your market. What are you doing? Especially around your house, if that's your farming areas, if that's the area that you are talking with people, buyers and sellers, and trying to build rapport with people in your area, you got to know what's going on in that area. If you have time, you go preview those listings to see what listings, what's going on inside. Yes, you can see the picture, but if it's right down the street, why don't you preview it? If you have buyers in an area, why aren't you at least going into these houses and seeing some of these houses and see what if you're going to get listings in the area, you can at least see the competition. And we all know those pictures that we see online are usually the best foot forward for those houses. So you might see some of the things that are not shown in the pictures. Two other things that happen from that. One, what happens when or if that listing expires? You see it, you went through it, you previewed it, it expires, and if you're shooting for expired listings, then you have something to go for. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I was in your house. A very nice house. I had buyers looking in your market. I'm looking for more buyers, but I see your house is expired right now. Right there, there's a little bit of a listing presentation of what to do for expired listings when they come due. So know your market. So when you come across a seller, a possible seller, you're in the area, someone says, hey, I'm thinking about selling my house, and you're knowledgeable about what's going on in the area. Well, that one sold down the street for this. I saw that house last week, and that has that. And you could, when you sit there in front of a potential seller that you just ran into, and you didn't have to tell them, hey, I have to go back to my office and get more information or find out what's happening in the market, and you have that right then and there, that shows them that you know what you're doing, that you're the best at what you do in this market. So just gives you a little information about what you should be doing. Also, what's going on in real estate. I don't know how many agents don't go to one of the major websites that I go to almost on a daily basis is Realtor.org. Realtor.com is for people to search for homes, but there's a website, Realtor.org, or Ohio Association of Realtors website. You'll learn what's going on in real estate in the market, legal things going on, things that they're working on, what's happening with interest rates, just knowledgeable about real estate in general. How many times are we watching, as people and agents, watching the news and reading articles on what's going on with celebrities and what's going on halfway across the world that is not going to make us any money or be successful. Take some time out, put that, I have links on my iPhone and on my iPad of just click, it goes right to the real estate news and find out what's going on. So that's something else that you can do. Be up to date on what's happening in real estate. Last is follow up with past clients and ask for referrals. Now, following up, to take a step back, another thing that I tell brand new agents that for some reason, a lot of times brand new agents or just agents in general think the amount of years that you're in business equals more business is false. It does not happen. There is no correlation with the number of years you're in business and and business going up. There is none. So, but those agents that have been in business for many years that don't have a lot of business, my opinion is they did not follow up with their past business. Follow up can mean so many different things. And I sit down with agents almost at least once or twice a week with an agent talking about what is a great follow-up program for them. You make calls, send mailers, send postcards, send holiday cards, send text them, see how it's going on. Now with social media, going in there and going social media on your client's Facebook, you're on your client's Instagram or Twitter or whatever. any way to keep in communication with your clients. Now, you can't just be in communication with them with nothing, because if they'll just be white noise, like if you send them a postcard that has nothing of value in there, you got to give them something of value or be personal to it, like it's a birthday or something happening with their children or something of value, what's happening in real estate in their area. So so you have to sit down and figure out what's best for you to constantly follow up and ask for referrals. You have to ask for referrals. They're not automatically going to do that for it, especially right after a sale. Right after a sale, I think most buyers and or sellers are exhausted. This is the biggest purchase of their life, the biggest decision, or the biggest, or one of the biggest decisions they've ever made, to buy or to sell. So they're thinking of giving you a referral is sometimes it's not even in their radar. So you got to think, hey, I got to ask them for a referral. When's the best time for that? So every buyer, every client of yours should be generating at least one or some referrals, and that's how business grows. You have to figure out how to ask for that. When's the time to ask for that? When, who do you feel is the best person to give you referrals? And sometimes you don't even realize that someone is a good referral source if you don't get to know them. You got hopefully over a process of selling a house or buying a house through them, that you get to know them and what they do for a living, where they work, who they're, you don't have to know their direct friends, but are they social people? Are they going out doing things? Do they have a lot of family? Hopefully you're talking about these things with them for two reasons. One, you enjoy getting to know them, getting personal with them, so they feel that you're a friend and trust you, but also to show that you're gathering information about them. That's what big businesses do. What do? They gather information about us and our buying habits, our selling, or what we're doing with our lives. They're doing it on social media right now, watching our Facebook, those ads that pop up. They're watching what we do. That's what you should be doing on a lower scale with your buyers and sellers. Putting the pieces together on when I should ask them for referrals. Who are the types of people they will refer me to? Their buyers, their seller, or family members or friends that are buying or selling. I'm just throwing out. If it's a younger person in their early 20s, they might not have many friends that are selling, but they might have a lot of people buying. If someone that's downsizing, their kids are out of the house, they're empty nesters, they might have other empty nesters. They might have kids or grandkids that need house. There's no rhyme or reason to who's going to give you more referrals, but you got to have that mindset of, hey, this person, I'm gonna ask them for referrals because if they're an empty nester and they're downsizing, I'm gonna tell them about all and show them all the great things I could do for those similar types of situations. Also, with buyers, if you're someone that is in their early 20s, it's their first house and that's their community, that's their sphere of influence. You explain to them how you're the best agent to use for buying first-time home buyers. So constantly listening to what they're saying, what they're doing, and hopefully painting a picture on how they could give you referrals. That's what you should be thinking a lot about. Let's see here. So that, hopefully that gives you a little bit of basics, but I'm going to follow this up with a couple quick stories, and then we'll shut it off for my first inaugural live. But the one thing is that the most important thing, again, to you, is to figure out what is success for you. Is it a number of houses, or is it a certain number, a dollar amount that you want to make per year and sell in real estate? So the general story I have is that I have so many agents, hundreds of agents that I've seen, that I've trained, that I've brought into real estate, that I've helped with their career halfway through their career in real estate and restarting their career. But I always say, how many houses do you want to sell? What's success to you? And I always say it's all up to you in doing a good job and keeping the best interests of those clients. So if it's 3 houses a year, you don't have to make cold calls. You don't have to make all those referral calls. You don't have to ask. There's a lot less you have to do. But if you want to be one of the agents, you want to be a rock star, you want to sell 200 homes a year, there's a lot you have to do. There's a lot. You have to sit down and organize stuff on a daily basis. What am I going to do to promote myself? How am I going to get more referrals? How am I going to get more leads? So you really got to sit down with yourself and what's success for you. Now, also, there's that line that agents hit of where there's success where you could do by yourself. So there's now a whole nother thing that you got to think about. It's like, listen, I want 20 buyers. Well, you can't show 20 buyers. So you have to make sure if you want your success, there's a whole nother level here that I train agents in, and what to do when that hits that level of success. And I know there's a few of you on this, watching this, that what am I going to do when I hit this level of success and I can't take all these buyers, or I can't take all my leads? Now, there's a whole team building. There's a whole team scenario that could come up in your business, and is that what you want? So I always sit down with the agents and say, do you want to be an individual, work completely on your own? Which before I was my own office, I was completely on my own. I'm kind of a loner that way. I didn't want a team. I would work my butt off and would do as many buyers as I can, as many sell listings as I can, and did it all myself, but worked from 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning till midnight, always working constantly, every buyer, every seller, giving a call back, and it's a lot of work if you do things by yourself. So there's a whole nother level of team, building a team on there too. But you got to say, how much money do I want to make? How many houses do I want to sell? How much time am I going to put into it? Because there's something you can do at every second of every day to promote yourself and build your business. Now the other thing is when you go from selling houses as an agent and actually building a business. Now, building a business is something that keeps on generating when you're not there. When you're not that you're gone, but it's generating automatically. You have a system in place, a system as lead generation, asking for referrals. You have an automatic email campaign, or a system that every once a month you're sending out mailers, or a system you're automatically making calls, and setting up a system so things are coming in not one at a time. And usually that comes with having a lot of listings. A lot of agents are strictly listings that bring in buyers, leads that continually come in, and then they have a whole system. In building a business, you have something that's not you, that's running when you're not there. And then also what's nice about when you get to that business part, when there's referrals coming in because your system is working, your mailers are going out, your emails are going out, your things are going out, that's when you have the best thing ever in any business, or especially in real estate. You have choices. You have choices, which what means is this. Right now, if we're in real estate, we've been in this position. You have a buyer or you have a seller, and you won't give them up, no matter how unreasonable they are, how many houses they want to see, how high their price is on their listing, but you won't give them up for some reason because you need it or you want it so bad, you won't give them up. But imagine that your business is running, you have enough leads coming in, you have enough referrals coming in, you have your business running seamlessly, where you could say to a buyer, move on. I don't need you. You're not specific. You're not telling me when you want to move, where you want to move, what price you're on, or a listing that's way overpriced, and you know that they're going to be difficult, and if you don't sell their house at a price near what they think their house is worth, that they're going to be upset with you. So many of us in real estate have gotten caught in that trap of a buyer that runs us ragged, or a seller that drives us crazy because they're unreasonable in what their expectations are. But when you grow enough, your business you have choices, and it's the best feeling ever. I've been through it, and it's the best feeling ever, especially when it's someone that thinks that they're your best client. So when you are able to tell someone, in the nicest way possible. I'm sorry, I don't think this is a good fit for us, what you're looking for. You might want to find another agent to help you. It just blows them away. They're like, oh my gosh, what do you mean? You don't want my business? You're an agent. You should want my business no matter what. No, that's what's great about when you have choices in your business, is that when you get to that point where you can say, I don't want this buyer, or I don't need this seller. So that to me is there's no price you could put on that. So to end today, I'm just going to say there's no excuses in real estate and why you can't be where you want to be. I love this business. I tell everybody in sincere, bottom of my heart, this is the best sales job you could ever have, the best sales career you could ever have, because you could do anything with it. Anybody is a potential buyer or seller. And I'm going to give you a little secret. You are licensed in Ohio. If you're from Ohio, I know there might be some agents out of the state too, but you're licensed in that state. You could sell in other states. What I mean is, if you have a friend or acquaintance or a lead or a referral in another state, you can help them over there. You just have to set up with an agent over there and get a referral fee, but you could still be connected with those people. I have agents with our office on a monthly basis referring to different states, even different countries. Every year we have a handful of leads going out or coming into other countries. And number one thing I tell those agents, if you're referring it out, you stay in contact with those people. They will refer you. You don't want that agent just because they are licensed in that state or country. You don't want the referrals to go to them. Did you hear that? If you refer business to another agent, you do not lose connection with that client. You want them to still think of you first before any other agent when those referrals come. So again, there's no excuses of where you want to take this business. You've chosen real estate for a reason. This is a job with no salary, no retirement plan other than yourself, with the sky's the limit to what you can accomplish in real estate. Now you just have to do something with it. So any agents out there, even if you're not with our office, with my office or any office, I'm happy to help you. Agents have been asking me, when I told them about this, like, why are you doing a live to other agents and other companies? Well, I just like to share this information. I just like to share it. And I know that a lot of agents out there want help or want ideas, and it all just helps us all in general as being in a real estate community when agents are successful and happy and keep their clients happy and run it as a business. It helps our whole community as realtors looking like we're businesses, not just a bunch of individuals that are going to do anything for a listing or a buyer. So that's why I'm doing this, and I will continue to do this. So anybody watching this, if you know any other agents that, if you've got some value of what happened today, please tell other agents. Would love more of them to jump online and watch my videos. So I will be doing another one next week, and I will send out the topic. So look for on my wall. And I unfortunately can't invite everybody. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be, because when you have 2,000 friends on Facebook, you can't just hit a button and invite everybody. So watch my wall and watch for the next class next week. So again, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and I hope to see many of you very soon. Bye-bye.